Well, welcome viewers. Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison, theologist. I don't practice as a preacher anymore, but I got stacks of life experience that I can share with you. Just out on a bike day today. You've got to, when you're in a relationship and you love somebody and it's going down the tubes for a triangulation reason, you've got to try and work with that person to see if you can get to a result, to some kind of resolve. And if that's not happening, you're starting to go into oppression. It's usually oppression more than depression, because the spirit behind the triangulation, the dark spirit, is going to try and pull you down so that you crash. It wants to affect your mind, bring disease to your body, make you sick. But definitely the object is to attack the relationship, and if it's not dealt with fast, it will work, because oppression's got a way of making you want to repel what the problem is, or otherwise you're going to go into some serious mental health consequential impacts on your mind and your body. You'll get brain fog, Alzheimer's, you can get sleepiness, tiredness, you lose you lose interest in trying to get things done. You become confused, dazed, you think, you ruminate, trying to work out why the problem won't get fixed. And sometimes it's not the partner's problem, they just either don't know how to, or they're frightened that it's going to produce a consequential negative result, especially if it's somebody like a child or a family member that's already got, hang on, big bike day here today, especially if it's a family member that's already got them manipulated and controlled. Can be a mother, it can be a pedestal child, it can be an abused child, it can be there's all different combinations, and sometimes it can be the partner that you're with that's just made a domestic formation that they're not going to be able to change, and that's impacting on the relationship. They haven't planned for this kind of negative consequence. I'll see if I can get you some footage of some of these bikes. Anyway, no. See what I can do. Here comes some bikes. I'll see if I can get you a bit of footage of these bikes. A couple of Harley Davidsons. Oh, they're parking, are they? One's parking. Oh, they're parking. Just bear with me, something different. Yeah, so it can be a triangulated family situation, but you have to measure things by resolve. And if the poor old partner can't find resolve, then you have to make some mental health decisions for yourself. And if if your mental health is getting bad, like you're getting deep, foggy migraines, deep loss of clarity, loss of motivation, loss of your ability to think ahead, loss of foresight, migraines, tiredness, fogginess, he's trying to wave them out. Okay, they're away. It's pretty dangerous pulling out of here. ago. Yeah, I think, you might love that person. You have to stop and go, what impacts is this having on my health, my mental health, particularly after you've given it enough time to be fixed. Sometimes the person that you're with is not going to be able to fix the problem because it's a family member that they're dealing with. And it's more important for them to not upset the family member. Excuse me. Not upset the family member. Sorry, gosh. Rather than resolve the problem. They'll let the unresolved go on and probably wear the relationship out. A lot of these people do consider that the relationship won't last. Therefore, it's not worth it to them to confront the person, where the triangulation's coming from. And the pressure from another aspect of this is the pressure from the unresolved that's working through this triangulation. You've got somebody that's trying to destroy the relationship, and you can see your partner's trying to work it out. Look at these old men. All happening. You're hoping that your partner's going to be able to find a way, but you see as time wears on, they're not going to, and then you'll see that the unresolved starts wearing on the partner in a way that will cause them to start to look outside the relationship for soothing. So what you find yourself in is a terrible dysfunctional situation where you're going to bear the consequences of these people's inability to face or resolve their behaviour, because you've got to face the problem to be able to fix it. So as soon as there's signs of triangulation, you have to make some serious decisions, and you have to make them really quick, because the more the relationship wears on, the more time gets wasted out of your life. You can be selfish, trying to push things on, trying to make things last, can often be an act of selfishness. And you don't want that either. Fish with people, they've got their lives to get on with as well. And you've got to, once your mind starts to signal to you something's really wrong, like this has gone beyond just a normal problem, this is starting to hurt, your mind will start indicating to you hurt. And you'll sense this deep internal hurt. You have to let them go. You may not want to, and what you'll find is too, a lot of times these things will come to a head. The partner will end up in an affair, emotional or physical, or there'll be a family event and it'll all just come to a crisis. If you're not welcome into somebody's family, just accept it and let them go and keep building on yourself. This is what I say. You've got to be like a superpower. You've got to be a super fucking hero these days to cope and manage with some of the situations and circumstances that you find yourself in. And if there's alcohol or medications or weed or these types of things involved, well, it's next level again. Because while they're soothing on their addiction, your mind's waiting for a resolve, and a lot of people can't find the resolve because of the addiction as well. So it ends up just being a mosh pit. You have to be a superpower. You have to be able to cope on your own. You have to be able to know that anything could happen once unresolved comes in. Hopefully, you get a sense of unity and power when your partner gets a resolve. You know that they're into the relationship, but if they're favouring unresolved against the relationship, you've really got to accept that and go, well, their heart's towards the problem, their heart's towards the trouble. They want to hang on to that, and we'll let them, because there's a big, beautiful world with lots of people in it that understand these things and how important love is. People throw love away like it's fucking garbage today. You'll go through the love bomb stage, and then once you see somebody going backwards, you've got to accept that it's going down. Don't hang around it. Don't let it beat you. Know that you've got to not lose your superpower, which is your capability to decide and make decisions that are best for you, and that sometimes is to be alone. You have to accept that. Sometimes you just have to make that decision against your loyalty and faithfulness to say, this ain't going to be resolved. I'm better off being on my own. I'm better off being on my own. It's not what we want. It's not what we go into relationships for, but you also don't go into relationships for people to bring you trouble and grief. It's to be empowered, and it's to be that's the new Ducati. Wow. It's to be working as a team and to be united and to conquer in life. When things are pulling you down, when your partner's letting the relationship be undermined, you have to accept that it's time to walk away. It's time to get out and build a life for yourself. Please think about this carefully. It's not about being an unloving person. It's not about being a careless person. It's about just, you've only got a certain amount of time, and when that time's up, that's it, it's over. Finished. It's all done. It's over. And they'll move on and you'll move on. And the person that was in the dark triad mental form of behaviour, bringing destruction to the relationship, they'll go on to destroy their own relationship and probably all the others after that. These people don't normally get on well. But I've seen enough now. I've seen enough relationships get destroyed by the hands of interferers that it's phenomenal what's happening to people now, and that's why people are trying to bring an awareness to it. This is Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morris, and I'm going to hit the road. Thank you for joining me, and bye for now.